I welcome you all for this Nursing Wisdom channel. Today we are going to see about OBG MCQ for Nursing Competitive Exam. First question: retaining a dead fetus in uterus for a few weeks is known as option A complete abortion, option B incomplete abortion, option C missed abortion, option D recurrent abortion. Complete abortion, in which all contents are expelled. Incomplete abortion, in which entire products of conception are not expelled, instead a part of it is left inside the uterine cavity. Missed abortion is a miscarriage in which the fetus didn't form or has died, but the placenta and embryonic tissues are still in uterus. Recurrent abortion or habitual abortion is 3 or 4 more consecutive pregnancy losses. So here the answer is option C, missed abortion. Retaining a dead fetus in uterus for a few weeks is known as option C, missed abortion. Next question: the placental abnormalities in which a thin fibrous ring is present at the margin of the chorionic plate where the fetal vessels appear to terminate is option A, circumvallate placenta, option B, placenta membraneus, option C, placenta marginata, option D, placenta spuria. Circumvallate placenta development due to smaller chorionic plate than the basal plate. The chorionic plate does not extend into the placenta margin. The amnion and chorion are folded and rolled back to form a ring, leaving a rim of uncovered placental tissue. Placenta membraneous, the placenta unduly large and thin. Very rarely, all of the fetal membranes are covered by functioning villi, and the placenta develops as a thin membranous structure occupying the entire periphery of the chorion. This finding is called placenta membraneous and also is referred to as placenta diffusa. Diagnosing often can be made using sonography. It may occasionally give rise to serious hemorrhage because of associated placenta previa or accreta. Placenta marginata, a thin fibrous ring is present at the margin of the chorionic plate where the fetal vessels appear to terminate. Placenta spuria, a small piece of placenta is connected with the main placenta only by membrane without any blood vessel. It is called placenta spuria. So here the answer is option C, placenta marginata. The placental abnormalities in which a thin fibrous ring is present at the margin of the chorionic plate where the fetal vessels appear to terminate is option C, placenta marginata. Next question: the placental abnormalities in which the accessory lobe is developed from the activated villi on the chorionic leaf is option A, placenta succenturiata, option B, placenta spuria, option C, placenta extracoriolis, option D, placenta marginata. Placenta succenturiata, one or more lobes of the placenta in the size of cotyledon may be placed at varying distance from main placenta margin. These cotyledon are connected to main placenta with small blood vessels. Placenta spuria, a small piece of placenta is connected with the main placenta only by membrane without any blood vessel. It is called placenta spuria. Placenta extracoriolis, it is a placental anomaly observed on the fetal surface as a thick white ring giving impression of central part being depressed. It is of two types based on the location of ring, which are first one circumvallate placenta, second one placenta marginata. Placenta marginata, a thin fibrous ring is present at the margin of the chorionic plate where the fetal vessels appear to terminate. So here the answer is option A, placenta succenturiata. The placental abnormalities in which the accessory lobe is developed from the activated villi on the chorionic leaf is option A, placenta succenturiata. Next question: Which of this is not a symptom of vaginal atrophy? Option A, lengthening of vaginal canal. Option B, thinning of vaginal walls. Option C, decreased vaginal lubrication. Option D, urinary incontinence. Here we will see the symptoms of vaginal atrophy include shortening and tightening of vaginal wall, decreased vaginal lubrication during sexual activity, discomfort with intercourse, light bleeding after intercourse, urinary incontinence, more urinary tract infections, urgency and burning with urination, genital itching, vaginal burning, dryness and discharge. So here the answer is option B, thinning of vaginal wall. Which of these is not a symptom of vaginal atrophy? Option B, thinning of vaginal walls. Next question. The advantages of breastfeeding includes the following except option A, promotion of gastrointestinal function. Option B, fostering immune defense. Option C, nutritional imbalance. Option D, economic advantage. Here we will see the benefits of breastfeeding. Breast milk contains all the nutrients baby needs. It protects against respiratory and gastrointestinal infections. It is easy to digest. It reduces the risk of ovarian cancer and breast cancer in the mother. It prevents the emergence of a diathesis, anemia, rickets. Breastfeeding creates a correct bite a child, increases mental development of the child. Breastfeeding provides a close emotional and psychological contact with the child's mother. So here the answer is option C, nutritional imbalance. The advantages of breastfeeding includes the following except option C, nutritional imbalance. Remaining option are advantages of breastfeeding. Next question, which of the following grip is also known as umbilical grip? Option A, fundal grip. Option B, lateral grip. Option C, pelvic grip. Option D, Paulic grip. Fundal grip, otherwise called as first Leopold maneuver. Lateral grip, otherwise called as umbilical grip and second Leopold maneuver. First pelvic grip, otherwise called as fourth Leopold maneuver. Second pelvic grip, otherwise called as Paulick's grip and third Leopold maneuver. So here the answer is option B, lateral grip. So which of the following grip is also known as umbilical grip? Option B, lateral grip. Next question, during which week of pregnancy for the first time breast milk can be produced? Option A, 6th week. Option B, 12th week. Option C, 18th week. Option D, 24th week. Pregnant mothers start producing small amounts of colostrum as early as 3 or 4th months into pregnancy. So here the answer is option B, 12th week. During which week of pregnancy for the first time breast milk can be produced? Option B, 12th week. Next question, what is the common cause of constipation during pregnancy? Option A, lack of fluid intake. Option B, decreased fiber intake. Option C, reduced intestinal motility. Option D, lack of activity. An increase in the progesterone hormone during pregnancy causes the relaxation of intestines, lead to slower moving and slower digestion that causes constipation. So here the answer is option C, reduced intestinal motility. What is the common cause of constipation during pregnancy? Option C, reduced intestinal motility. Next question, which hormone is essential for the continued activity of follicle stimulating hormone? Option A, progesterone. Option B, estrogen. Option C, androgen. Option D, testosterone. Estrogen is essential for the continued activity of follicle stimulating hormone. So here the answer is option B, estrogen. Which hormone is essential for the continued activity of follicle stimulating hormone? Option B, estrogen. Next question, Which is drug of choice for the management of eclampsia? Option A, sodium nitroprusside. Option B, magnesium sulfate. Option C, dopamine. Option D, labetalol. Here the answer is option B, magnesium sulfate. We will see the action of magnesium sulfate. It is used for immediate control of life-threatening convulsions in the treatment of severe toxemias like preeclampsia and eclampsia of pregnancy, in the treatment of acute nephritis in children, indicated for replacement therapy in magnesium deficiency, especially in acute hypomagnesemia, also used in uterine tetany as a myometrate relaxant to stop uterine contraction. And the action of sodium nitroprusside is vasodilator. It causes relaxation of vascular smooth muscle and consequent dilatation of peripheral arteries and veins. Action of dopamine is a catecholamine neurotransmitter used to treat hemodynamic imbalances, poor perfusion of vital organs, low cardiac output, and hypotension. The action of labetalol is beta blockers. It works by relaxing blood vessels and slowing heart rate to improve blood flow and decrease blood pressure. So, which is drug of choice for the management of eclampsia? Option B, magnesium sulfate. I hope you got understand. Thanks for watching.